Alright, why boot camp is the best form of exercise for newbies. Okay, and we're talking particularly about newbies, not advanced trainers, people who have been training for 10 years consistently. I'm talking about people who are either just getting back into exercise, who have been sedentary, or people who have never done exercise before. Okay, here's the first point. The exercises themselves, how hard it is scaled. Okay, and that's providing you've got a good boot camp trainer. That is the program that we use at Boot It, is everything is scaled. Now what that means is no matter what your fitness level is, you'll come in and there'll be easier versions of exercises, there's harder versions, intermediate, so everything's scaled. Along with that, we tend to use exercises that are body weight based or using very light equipment. So therefore, there's a very low risk of injuring yourself. Now, what this is going to do when people turn up is mean that you are learning the correct movement patterns. You're not feeling wrecked. You're not feeling demoralized because your body is just in bits. So therefore you enjoy it, it's fun, and you come back and do more. Okay, and that's not to say that the training isn't hard. It's not to say that you might not walk away and then the next day have really, really sore legs. Okay, it's just that it's not going to be on the scale of when you go and do a really hardcore weight session in the gym or something like that. Okay, so it's far more suitable for newbies and people who are coming back to fitness. Okay, and that's point number one. Now, point number two, you're doing it with like-minded people in a community. Now, human beings are very social. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or whether you're an extrovert or whether you think you don't like other people or you don't like being around other people. My guess is what you've probably experienced is going into a gym environment where nobody's talking to each other, everyone's walking around with headphones, no one really acknowledges you, and then the feeling of being self-conscious just starts to build and build and build and build. Now, boot camp, and in particular Boot It, just isn't like that. It's a community vibe. We all turn up where everybody's in the same boat. There's people who will be fitter than you, less fit than you. No one judges anybody. It's a non-judgmental, cool vibe. And everybody's just happy for each other because it's a community. We all know that we're going through the same thing. We've all been through the journey of having been, not super fit, and some people are now super fit. So it's this really shared struggle of knowing what's going on with each other, and that is super powerful for newbies. Okay, newbies generally, one of the things that really throws people off, and I saw this in a gym environment all the time, is coming in and feeling self-conscious. Oh, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on here. Am I doing this exercise right? Do I look like one of those idiots on YouTube who's doing like really dumb exercises? Is this how you do it? It's very easy to become self-conscious, but when you've got a trainer, a good trainer, who shows you the techniques, corrects you when you need it, but does that in a nice way that's not bumming you out and making you feel like an idiot in front of everybody, and just comes over and hey, we just need to work on your technique and form a little bit. This is how you do it. No one's, it's just a really cool vibe. Okay, it's a really cool vibe. And then the final point is just the fun aspect. Okay, training in groups is a lot more fun. Okay, particularly when you'll do cool relays, or you'll do shuttles, or you'll do games, or you do like silly stuff. It's just fun. It's like being back at school playing in the playground, as opposed to, being on this sort of industrial conveyor belt type thing where you're going through mechanical movements and you're just, I need to go to that machine, do that. I need to go do this. No, it's just like you're not even thinking about it and the time flies by. Okay, this is why boot camp is particularly good for people coming back to fitness or newbies. And the most common question I get asked all the time is, am I fit enough to do this program? Now, if you have a really good boot camp instructor, a really good trainer, they know how to scale exercises, and that's what we do at Buddha. Everything is designed so that anybody can do it. It's super important. Now, if you've ever gone to a boot camp and had a bad experience where you got thrashed too hard, I can tell you they just didn't really understand how to run the training at all fitness levels type training, because a lot of boot camps are run on ego or thrash fest, and it's just not what we do. Okay, so that is why boot camp, that is why boot camp training in general is fantastic for newbies and people getting back into their exercise. Give it a go, be brave, don't worry about your fears, because someone's going to support you through it. Your trainer's going to support you through it, as well as the people around you who've been through the exact same fears and struggle that you're going through. Okay, team, I'll see you down at your next session. I'm looking forward to hearing about your results. I'd love to hear about any results that you've had already. Post it in the comments below, and hey, perhaps put up your story that might motivate somebody else to get started. Tag someone who needs to get into their training. Alright team, that's us. See you later.